Hi, and welcome to Stan Tells All. Stan, extruded in a country far away and long ago, stands mute to the world, yet he scrounges the internet in the search for knowledge dedicated to PC here. Stan tells it like it is and wants you to know that you can take your business online. Question: how do you get paid? Answer: PayPal directly deposits money to your business checking account. Today's topic is how to create a PayPal button. When you see the PayPal Buy Now or Donate Now buttons, you know where to click, and so will your customers. Did you know that you can create your own graphics buttons? This is an example of PC Here's payment page. This web page is linked directly to the sales pages and provides instructions to the customer on what they are buying. So let's get started. Is it safe and secure? Most people now have a Visa, MasterCard, Discover, or American Express card. So whether a gift card or a debit card or a credit card, using digital payment has become normal online. Since every transaction is backed up with a time, date, stamp transaction and numerical tracing, online transactions give the cardholder a great deal of security. Oh, and goodbye to those card swiping machines and phone attachments. Using PayPal for your business allows an extra layer of security. No longer does the customer give the card and its information to the seller. All of the transaction is processed on their smartphone or their computer. Also, PayPal has a dispute resolution system that protects the customer and seller alike. In order to create a PayPal button, you first need a few things. 1. You need a PayPal account. 2. You need a checking account. 3. You should have a thank you page. And 4. You should have a cancel page. A PayPal account is an easy way to pay for things online. Buying and selling on eBay gave rise to PayPal. Now a standalone company, PayPal has small fees that they subtract from each transaction. This account is easier to set up than a merchant account. The thank you page and the cancel page make it easier for you to upsell the customer, send them immediate information, and encourage them to stay on your website. Okay, so let's go through the steps of setting up a button. First thing, go to www.paypal.com and log in. You will need the email address and password that you provided to PayPal when you set up the account. Then, click on My Profile to get to the next page. PayPal uses drop-down menus from the top of the page. At this point, choose Tools. Next, the Tools menu will drop down. Choose PayPal Buttons. The next page will present a choice of buttons. If this is your first button, you will choose the Buy Now. Otherwise, you will get a choice to go to your saved buttons. So if you do have saved buttons, go to the Save Buttons page and choose Create a New Button. So whether you've created your first button or this is coming from whether this is your first button or you came from the Saved Buttons, Create a New Button, this will take you to the button creation page. Note the step 1 on a blue colored line. There are also step 2 and step 3 that also have blue colored sections. They open up when you click on the blue colored line. So we're going to start with step 1. Step 1 is where you do the most work. Choose the type of button from the drop-down list. Start with the Buy Now choice. Now I would suggest that you make a separate written list, whether you use a word processor or whether you take a piece of paper and make the list. Either way, give each button a name and give each button a number. The name will appear on the page when the customer goes to pay for the product or the service. If you give each button a number, you can keep track of things. You can use several digits that might include a year or other relevant system. If you have a lot of products to sell, you'd want to include the product number. If you're using services, I recommend that you line them up low cost to high cost and give them increasing numbers. Enter the amount of the item that you're selling, and a menu of multiple prices can be used. Then you will see the button as it appears to the customer. This is where you can enter the link to the graphic image for your button, or you can just use PayPal's image. If you use your own image, you must first load that graphic onto your website so that you could provide a link to the image at this point. If you have properly linked the graphic image of your button, you might even see it appear on the PayPal page. However, you might just see the gray box. Now, if you do not have a merchant account number, choose your email account. Then move on to step 3 by clicking on the step 3 blue colored line. You want to have the customer enter their address. You also want to enter the link to your thank you page and your cancel page. When the PayPal transaction is complete, the customer will be redirected to the thank you page that you provided to them. There you can provide them with even more information or even a link to buy more products and services at a special dealing. We call this upselling. If the customer hits the wrong button during the transaction, they make a mistake or changes their mind, the transaction will be canceled by PayPal and the customer will be redirected to your cancel page. There you can redirect them to start again, provide them with a better deal, or even have them call you. At this point you can go back to the other blue colored sections by clicking onto them. That would be step 1 and step 2. You can edit or make further changes. When you're done, choose Create Button when you have finished. If you have left something out or have made a mistake, PayPal will tell you in nice big red letters up at the top, and you can make changes until you have it right. The instructions on how to add the code to your web page appear. You want to click Select Code. At that point, the HTML code will turn all blue. You can copy the code in blue and paste it to your web page. I suggest that you paste the code to a word processing document and you save that document. Once you close the PayPal page, you will have to reopen the button and recopy the code, so it's better to just copy it and save it to a document. The HTML code that you've saved can now be pasted into your website, or you can send that code to the programmer and the programmer can enter it into your website. Now, the code cannot be changed because PayPal won't allow the link in any other form other than as it is copied directly from their website. To create more buttons, you can click Create Similar Button. This is a great way to safely and securely create a PayPal button without having to give the programmer your PayPal password. So you might want to think about creating your buttons, sending them to your programmer, rather than having your programmer create your PayPal buttons. I want to thank everybody for listening, and please go to see our website, www.pcher.org. Thank you.